Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Mercedes. This is the Frugal Life with Mercedes. So I have not done any videos about the government shutdown, but I have been seeing a lot of stuff online specifically about SNAP benefits and WIC. And if you don't know what WIC is, most people know what SNAP is. That's the supplemental nutrition program that the U.S. has. But WIC is Women, Infant, and Children, and it's a program for pregnant women, and I believe it's children under 5. I'm not exactly sure. And it's a way for them to get more nutrition into the house. And these programs are at risk because of the government shutdown. There has been several states that have already said that the benefits are on hold for the month of November, and if this continues, all states will probably follow. But if you are on any of those programs, make sure that you're checking your state's website in regard to that, because I'm not completely knowledgeable in that. This is just more of a PSA. You guys know that I like to use my platform to encourage you guys and to educate you guys. I have my own political views and thoughts and opinions, and I really don't share them on here. But to me, this is a nonpartisan issue. Nobody wants to see people struggle. And I know that SNAP and, or people call them food stamps like back in the day, really it polarizes people, and there's a lot of opinions about individuals that use these programs. But what I am trying to do is kind of just give you guys a different light on that. And 6.7 million individuals use WIC. 6.7 million. Okay? And SNAP, 41.7 million people are on SNAP, or have SNAP available to them. 1 in 7 people in the U.S. are food insecure. And if you're not sure what food insecure is, you guys could look it up. I've done lots of videos on it. But essentially it means you either aren't sure where your next meal is coming from, or you have concerns about where your next meal is coming from, or you do have money for food, but it's, not good quality food, not out of a choice. Like, if you're eating junk food out of choice, but you could buy whatever, that's not the same as like, okay, we're going to be eating ramen for the whole month, and that's all we have the means for, because that's not nutritional food for a long term. And there are people that are in that position. 1 in 5 children in the U.S. are food insecure. That's 13 million children that are food insecure. And as I always say, children are innocent, and they don't have a political opinion. You know what I mean? Like a small child doesn't have a political opinion. They didn't vote for any of our rules, regulations, leaders, anything like that. And they don't choose their parents, their circumstances. They are completely helpless to what happens to them. And just for another little factoid, 2 million of those are children under 3 and under. 2 million in food insecure children that are 3 and under, which is very upsetting. So I'm going to encourage you guys, if you have the means, I would really encourage you to donate your time, money, energy to programs such as churches and food pantries and things like that, to kind of help supplement. I would also encourage you guys, I know near me there's a lot of these like boxes where you can donate non-perishable foods. They're usually like outside of churches and libraries and things like that, and donate some stuff in there. Also check in on people, because the people most affected by this are the elderly, children, and individuals with disabilities. Those are our at-risk people in this country. is I know that there's this narrative that everybody on food assistance is like a able-bodied, and I'm not here to like get into that. I ain't got the time. I got things to do. But most people that are going to be affected by this are the elderly, children, and individuals with disabilities. So please check on people. You know that your neighbor is elderly, offer to have them over for dinner once in a while, or offer to make them a meal. That lady down the road that you're friendly with, that she's a single mom, I'm not saying you have to give money to these people. I'm not encouraging that, but check on them. I know during the pandemic, that was like the in thing to do, like check on people as far as like mental health, and that is important, but like check on your people and the people in your stratosphere and make sure that they're okay. And I'm not asking anybody to like financially support anybody, but, send over a lasagna, you know what I mean? Like, or, hey, I was thinking about you and here's some, like a little bag of, whatever, or donate to, as I said, some sort of food program or one of those boxes. And if you are not in a financial position to do this, that's okay. See if you can volunteer, to hand out food, or as the holidays approach, see if you could volunteer to serve a meal. Those things are all very, very helpful. And also write and reach out to your representatives in your country, in your state and region, and really encourage them to, come up with a solution, because this is a big problem. I'm looking at the clock because I got to get going to work. But anyway, very, very important to me. So that's why I wanted to get this out there. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel. And until next time, bye.